Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anil Sharma from IPO Central, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this special edition of 360-degree and IPO Central, featuring NIS Management Limited, one of the leading names in India's service sector. NIS Management Limited, established in 1985 in Kolkata, began as a sole proprietorship offering security guard and investigative services. Today, the company stands as a leader in integrated security, facility management, and skill development services, delivering comprehensive solutions across diverse sectors. At the heart of this journey is the visionary leadership of Mr. Devajit Chaudhary, Chairman and Managing Director, whose unwavering determination, entrepreneurial spirit, and strategic foresight have been instrumental in driving the company's remarkable growth and nationwide footprint. Alongside him, Mr. Kanad Mukherjee, Chief Financial Officer, brings exceptional financial acumen and dynamic leadership, playing a pivotal role in strengthening the company's foundation and enabling it to scale new heights. We look forward to delving into the journey, achievements, and future aspirations of this outstanding organization. Let us begin our discussion. So, I will start with Devajit Chaudhary. Sir, if you could please tell us a little bit about the company and its business in simple terms to our readers, that would be a great start.
We are a primarily security solutions and facility management company. We provide end-to-end security services, which includes, in a large way, the man guarding sector of the business, and we also do CCTV and other electronic security systems work in installations and commissioning for different clients of ours. So that is the first element of our services, and the other element of our service is facility management, in which we do a lot of housekeeping services. We do facility management, and as is often called, the soft services and the hard services. The soft services include housekeeping, it includes horticulture, it includes facade cleaning and things like that, services like that. And we are also into the hard services, or what is typically called electromechanical services, in different commercial facilities. So these are the two main areas that we function. And along with this, we also have a very strong initiative in skill development. We, in the name of Keertika, which is an old-time subsidiary of this organization, we are an SDC partner, or National Skill Development Corporation partner, in providing skills, and we have trained more than 1.5 lakhs of boys and girls in the past 19 years. And today we are a premier organization in skill development, and we also have, with the government of West Bengal in the PPP model, 4 ITIs which we manage, and from where we churn out boys and girls in technical skills like electricians, electronic, mechanical works, and other trades. So that is basically who we are, sir.
All right, wonderful. That was a great introduction of the company. Thanks a lot for that. Uh, I was going through some documents and I came across this startling fact that you started with just 5 guards, and you're now currently 16,000 strong. You have this 16,000 strong workforce, multi services. You're offering multiple services. I just wanted to understand what key driving turning points drove this kind of growth. What major challenges you faced in this journey?
The key turning points came about through the process of learning in this business. You see, when I started with these 5 security guards, that was itself the first big learning, because we were based in Kolkata, and suddenly when I started this business, the first contract that I got about from a construction company, which was then working in Vizag, in the then developing Vizag steel plant under construction. and I was offered a security guarding job for their cement godown. That's all, and for 5 persons, and it was more than 750 kilometers from Kolkata. And I took up this assignment. Of course, I was very young, so could actually look forward to such adventurism. And when I took up that contract in 1985, you see, I almost knew nothing about either the business or about business as it is. And then when we started, then with every single day of operations, every single day of management, we learned a lot of things. One of the primary things that I learned, and there have been dangerous episodes which taught me that the first thing that really matters is that we must be able to deploy the full number of personnel in a site every single day, every single shift, come what may. And learning this itself was an extremely difficult situation. I got a contract in somewhere in Renukut in the Uttar Pradesh, and where those days I had to reach by a 7-hour bus journey from Varanasi, and on a 31st December night in 1985, I got and saw. I took 2 persons and got that 2 persons tucked up in the site at midst of night, came back. And when in the early morning I came back, those days there were no telephones, cell phones, etc. Came back, and I was just about to sleep. In another 4 hours of time, I learned that after I left, by possibly the next bus or the first early morning bus, both the boys have also left. So I again had to start exercise all over again. I do not know today how do I thank those early patrons of ours, those who have still survived and sustained with us. And but we learned that we cannot afford to get under deployment in a site when a contract comes on, and when we manage a contract. So that was the first learning. The second learning from similar very painful experiences came about that we cannot afford to give unskilled workmen. So we will have to, whomsoever we deploy, whether it is a cleaning staff, whether it is a security person, whether it is an electrician, or persons who are doing more critical work, we could not deploy people who were completely untrained, who had no background in that particular trade or work. This was a very vital learning. And this possibly is one of the second element which I said that was a key even that turned us. We started working on training the boys and girls from a very early days. In fact, since originally we could not do much of the training by ourselves, so we depended a lot on ex-servicemen, because we knew that when we deploy ex-servicemen, then they come with their background training, and these are the people who not only provide us the stability in our services or the quality in our services. These are the people who taught me what skills are necessary in security services. Or later, when I actually started taking only hotel management people for our cleaning supervision and things like that, they are the persons who taught me and taught us as a group that what is a good quality service. So the second most important turning element had been this training. There has been a few others which has learned. There was a night suddenly we used to do the airport security in Manipur and those insurgent days in 1992. In the morning, I remember I was called to this Kolkata airport suddenly. This was our contact route, and I was told that I need to reach Kolkata airport ATC as early as I can. And so I rushed and went Kolkata ATC, and then the Kolkata ATC said that okay, you have to get in touch with the Manipur ATC and talk to the airport director immediately. So those days there were no CISF for the airport security. We were the private agencies who used to provide the security. And when I talked, and then my airport director there says that somewhere in Manipur, 13 kilometers away from, there was an installation of airport where we had 6 security guards. In the midst of night, insurgents came, thankfully for God's sake, asked our boys to stand out and bombed out the installation. 93. You see, we learn from those kind of experiences, etc. And then at 4 a.m., one of my client gives me a call in Kolkata and tells me, Jose, can you come over right now? I asked why. So what happens? He said, there is a hospital fire. And it had been an experience of mine which haunts me back. And at the same time, I can tell you the critical importance of security and safety in an industrial commercial environment is what I learned, and why never to take things for granted. And so we learned a lot this from these accidents, damages, and the company shaped up gradually.
All right, wonderful. That has been a long list of hard-learned lessons, and quite an eventful journey, I must say.
It had been a
This
very,
continues
very
to.
eventful journey for me.
Right, right. All right, let's move on. I have some questions related to the business. First
Yes.
off, security. Sorry, you were saying something?
No, no. Yes, please.
Okay. So the next question I have is related to the business composition. Security and housekeeping, these two services together contribute roughly 78% of your volume, your revenue. Uh, and these are somewhat lower margin segments. What's your target to increase the share of higher margin verticals like CCTV projects, or maybe uh, corporate canteen services, or something else that you would like to mention?
You see, both security solutions, as we mentioned, or facility management, these are omnibus services. So there are huge potentials of adding verticals within each of these services. If we talk about security, then security can actually scale up today to extents of AI-driven cybersecurity. So we can keep on adding verticals, as many as we want in security solutions. Like in our days, we have already moved from security guarding, and then we moved into access control systems, and then intrusion detection systems. We moved into CCTV systems. So this is how the security services allows a huge integration, and because of which today CCTV has become a very significant part of our initiative. Similarly, facility management services is also a service which bundles up many verticals and service verticals, and which can be continuously added on. Like we today can really look at adding on pest control, although we have the pest control licenses with us, but we have never really focused deeply into the pest control activities. But this is one area where we can work more deeply as we ramp up our services. And like similar other many services in the facility management, we don't do possibly travel services and such services. But in facility management, managing a travel desk is a very strong vertical, which we can actually extend to providing other travel services. So there are these opportunities. We look forward to working in across the verticals. Once I remember, I tried to really create a tree of facility management on the service potentials that we have, and I had to stop at around 35 odd branches. So those potentials are there. We will look forward continuously for this. We have added. If we look at it, we even say the opportunity to move into other spaces, like it is always there when I look at my different peers, and we see that somebody is offering cash management services, somebody else is offering some other kind of services which we are not doing specifically, like possibly ESG monitoring and cleaning services. So there are these potentials that we can actually work and we can look forward to. And these are businesses which will possibly drive our growth in the future more significantly than the vanilla manpower deployment services.
All right. So the next question I have is about the growth outlook of the security and facility management industry. So let's talk about the industry, which which in turn is going to be the definition or the guiding guidance for your company also. What are the key drivers? How much do you expect the market to expand in the coming years?
You see, on a standard basis, if you look at it, these two industries are growing approximately at a 8 to 10% rate on a pan-India basis across. And for our organization, working from the way we are looking at things for the next 2 3 years, I think we should be growing with about 20% year on year growth on each of these verticals from what our existing footprints. So this is basically what is actually a fact is that you see these businesses have huge potential of growth. Every standalone building in India that basically gets converted into a larger facility, whether it becomes a real estate project for multiple apartments, whether it becomes a mall, hospital, hotel, anything where a standalone property evolves into a facility, there is business for this in two industries. And therefore, as India grows into one of the largest economies in the world, then there is definitely a potential where companies like us also have very, very large potential in this space.
All right. I have a question about the business this company gets from government contracts. So, what proportion of your contracts are government tender based, and of course, it represents risk as well as opportunity. But how do you plan to mitigate the impact of typical pain points like delayed payments?
I think
So,
Kanad will be the right person.
yeah, so I'll just jump in here. 38% of our total revenue is government contracts. And the point here with government contracts is that, yes, there are payment issues, but considering that we are a annuity based, an annuity business where revenues are recurring on a month on month basis, there are in the initial 4 5 months is where we face problems with the delayed payments, but we typically hold on to a client for around 5.5 years on an average. And around for any government contracts also, with let's say we get a contract, it's typically there for 3 years. We are able to get the contract in the rebidding again. So for a period of 5 to 6 years, we are able to hold a particular government contract. The delayed payment issues get streamlined after 4 5 months, and after that, for the next 50 odd months, things run quite smoothly. With the government contract, of course, the opportunities that we see are, number one, they are larger in scope, and the second part is they involve a lot of machinery and materials. Because of the kind of infrastructure that the government has, they understand that it's not possible for just manpower to possibly maintain it. So with the addition of machinery and materials, our margins typically improve, and that is definitely also one of the strategies that we have going forward.
All right, fair enough. Also, one of the things that I noticed while going through the DRHP, आपके SWOT एनालिसिस में एक बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ लिखी हुई थी, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ लिखी हुई थी. Low technology adoption among outplaced staff. You listed it as a weakness. Uh, After IPO, आप इसको कैसे प्लान करना चाहते हैं एड्रेस करने का?
The most important thing, you see, it has become now more possible for even our security guards and our operational staff, cleaning staff, including, to actually work on technology and continue to provide the services. We have this academy of ours. members and all our security personnel and work cleaning personnel, all the operating personnel, they come from this academy. We are now doubling down on providing them with training on using gadgets, devices, and applications. We are spending hours now in training our personnel how to do a chat GPT when there is an emergency, how to do a chat GPT when there is a solution immediately not known to that operating personnel. This operating personnel need not leave the job because something is beyond his or her knowledge base, or because something is very unknown to her, complex to her. So we have started encouraging them using such AI tools like ChatGPT and in their phone immediately as they see a situation. What do I do? A security person asks if something is happening. Need not wait for this for a call to the supervisor or the supervisor to arrive in 15 minutes time. Can actually get the question answered and then use his own or her own experiences and understanding and deal with the situation. So this is one way of really doing the whole system of upskilling. The other part is, you see, we also work through what is nationally known as the National Skill Qualification Framework, and we encourage our personnel to move up this vertical. That if they have joined in as a security warden only as or as a cleaning staff, I'm giving the lowest rung of the ladder, and then I tell them that this is we as a group tell them that this is now your point from where you start scaling up. You become a supervisor. The next part of your job is become a semi-skilled from the unskilled, and then become the skilled, become a supervisor, become an executive, become a manager. This has happened, and this has happened in large numbers in our organization. But earlier, this was happening only through an apprenticeship structures, experience structures, and such things. Today, it is happening through technology adoption. Our security guard who comes before only standing at the gate is now monitoring a control room. So there is a security guard who is actually monitoring a CCTV feed and trying to analyze that what is irregular in the structure. So that is how we look forward to adopting our personnel from low scale, low tech to high tech.
All right, fair enough. Okay, one question about a very prominent trend in the industry. This industry is not known to be one characterized by very high entry barriers. So it basically, what it has effectively speaking translated into has been a lot of players with a lot of scope for consolidation. It's a very fragmented industry, I hope you will agree. And that
Yes.
in turn gives us a lot of scope for consolidation. So, where do you see this heading towards? And also, how NIS management plans to take advantage of this?
Consolidation is the way forward. And what is happening is that there is a very strong support now from the government and statutory authorities in helping the entire unorganized labor structure to consolidate around organized employers, organized service providers. There have been incentives from the government through different provident fund schemes very recently, starting this month, and other tax benefit schemes, etc., where only when a person is engaged by an employer and enjoys the benefits of provident funds and other statutory benefits of ESI, etc., then only certain benefits are available to the employer. Now, when this happens, what happens? The industry starts moving gradually towards more and more organized, because at possibly a lower cost than engaging an unorganized operator, employer can engage a much more organized and a compliant operator who takes advantage of these schemes and organizes the whole labor market in this whole structure. So when this happens, the potential grows, and as consolidation happens, naturally margins will also start growing. There are also other opportunities. You see, we are looking at a market where almost it is one of the largest labor markets in the world, and with such a large unorganized sector, still informal sector still operating, the scopes for improving the whole thing is immense for us.
Got it. All right. One question I have, which probably can answer really well. How do you plan to improve the margins from here onwards, especially in the light of consolidation and uh, but consolidation is the next wave. My primary pain point or the emphasis point I want to drive home is that the industry is unstructured as of now. It's a structure. It's kind of scattered. So there is a lot of cost pressure. In this backdrop, against this backdrop, how do you see tighter pricing environment playing out in reality for a company like yours?
Uh, you see, when consolidation happens, as I said, the margin will automatically increase. What is the most important element that we should start looking at? We should work at now. You see, all the services that I mentioned in the security solution space and also in the facility management space, these services, as long as they remain unbundled, they remain within the domain of unorganized operators. I provide a pure security guard and nothing else, or somebody else does only a CCTV installation and nothing else. So
Correct.
you see what happens, the whole value chain remains a very low end value chain. The moment integration starts happening, moment a security guard gets aligned to electronic security system, whether it is the intrusion detection system, access control system, or CCTV system, what happens immediately, the service deliverables become much improved. And against this improved service deliverable, what happens is the customer benefits a lot more, and therefore margin starts increasing. This is one. And at a time when possibly the productivity of the operators that we deploy had been pretty low in the pure man guarding area, when they have now a combined role of providing an integrated services, their value addition also becomes productivity also becomes so high. So there is an increase in the margin that is bound to happen. We have also seen in our history that when we have taken a pure security or a pure facility management facility services contract, and when we do take a integrated facility management contract, the percentages of our service charges, pure service charges, increase by more than 40-50%.
All right, wonderful. That has been lovely talking to you. I'm through with my set of questions, and it has
Excellent.
been an absolute pleasure to interact with you. I wish you all the best for the future, and
Thank you very much.
yeah, all the best.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.